At the time, I was shed hunting and picking up a bunch of horns off of some of the famous bulls off the unit. Oh, yeah, he's a good bull, whatever he is. And I kept thinking, well, another couple years, I'll draw the tag. And after 17 years, I finally drew the tag. Try and get some pictures to compare. And I really could have drawn about any archery tag in the state with that many points. And I think it's just the fact that I grew up on the mountain, my family's here, I'm gonna be able to hunt it with my family. I'll only hunt elk on this mountain as far as big bulls go once in my life, and so trying to make the most of it. For us, that's more what hunting is than trying to kill the biggest animal on the hill. Is have a good time while you're doing it, enjoy the chance you've got to do it. Much better now, huh? Well, we went to get one and we couldn't decide which, I wanted this one and she wanted Todd.
And they were the last two and I couldn't leave out one. That's sad.
This is the first year in about 6 years that I haven't hunted with my wife. We both bow hunt. We both just love being in the woods together. And this year we're expecting our first son. He's due the end of September, and so that's part of the reason why I tried to hunt so early and not hunt the rut. We're super excited. Can't wait for him to get to be, that 4 or 5 years old, to start taking him out in the woods and get him hooked on it.
That's awesome.
You guys are going to have to shower or those elk are going to smell you coming. You need to, now this is when your spoon comes in handy.
Ice cream.
Yay. Now take it outside and sit with Sadie.
Ew.
So how far are we going to have to walk that day?
You?
Yeah.
Oh, 100 yards. From there to right there.
That's what you said last time.
It's only 100 yards. Opening day, opening morning. Gonna have my brother-in-law Pat, gonna have my brother Lee, my dad, and my brother's boy Hoyt with us this morning. They're gonna go on around to the glassing point, and then we'll drop down off the ridge first thing this morning and hopefully be right on top of them when we get up there. So. He's one of those just average bulls, but those others have to be right there with him. Oh, there's 2 more bulls on the ridge over here. Oh, there's 5 bulls right there. He's pretty, but he's like a 330 type bull, I think. He's spunky enough that I might kill him. It's day 1. We've got 8 more days or something, so, and I don't think they'll go anywhere. There's that one that we videoed yesterday. Yeah, he's like heading down in the middle of that thickest patch of pines. You want to know the only bad part?
What's that?
I left my release in the rhino. So I do have an extra one, so that's a bonus. It's my wife's and it's bright pink, but I'm not afraid to use a pink release. Put a bull to bed. Just getting ready to go loop up around the basin here. Hopefully when we get over across on that other side over there, we've got a good downdraft or a good updraft with the wind, and we'll be able to sneak down on top of him and go through the pines real slow and try and pick him up out of his bed. winded us. There you go.
Easy. Okay, that's good, bud.
Keep going straight. We'll go back a little bit more.
Easy.
You know, my brother's got a little boy that's 4 now, and to be able to share this type of hunt with him and get him just excited about the hunting and just being outside and having a good time that way. That's a lot of the reason that I wanted to come home and hunt. We'll see you tonight.
Okay.
Love you, babe. On the flip side, you know, they're definitely a challenge of hunting with a little kid. They're not the quietest. You know, they don't understand that you have to be quiet when you're looking for elk or deer. It's been interesting. It's been entertaining. You know, the things that they come up with, the imagination that kids have at that age is just super fun to be around. Hey.
Wait.
The mountains that we came home to hunt per se is the Bowhunt range. Probably one of the top 2 or 3 units in the state as far as producing a trophy quality elk. Another couple weeks and they'll come out a lot earlier when they start rutting, but hunting them early can be a little difficult. You know, it's gonna produce a couple 400-inch bulls every year. You know, my expectation wasn't that at all. And the mule deer on the unit, it's been funny over the years. It's kind of fluctuated as far as the herd population and the herd dynamics, but it's always produced some good bucks. I can draw this archery deer tag about every year or every other year. I figured while I'm on the mountain, I might as well put a tag in my pocket. So I had a general deer tag and the limited entry elk tag, and there's always that chance to find just a big deer. This is my old room. Pretty much the same way that I left it when I moved out. So lived here all through, you know, when I was growing up in high school. Pictures I drew when I was in middle school. You know, the 7th, 8th grade. It's like my 3rd or 4th deer that I ever shot. This one's the one that my dad killed when he was a kid with his dad.
Oh, you don't need to take that tonight.
Never know, might see a deer next to the road.
Or you just leave it here and get one in the backyard. And he just realized that he's going to go home and Dad's not going. But he's going to come back up tomorrow. White's going to get to come back tomorrow after he meets his teacher.
I'm practicing, Hoyt. He's mad because he's not going, huh?
And his right side's pretty strong, but his left side knocks him in the dirt. Short 3rd, short 5th.
Super short 5th and like little 3rd.
That's what I say. I don't think he'll break 60.
That right side's so super strong though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have to go try and kill him in the morning. There he is. If we get back over on that point where we were on Saturday morning, and just make a play from there depending on what the wind's doing. We were close. Hunting them pre-ruts, kind of tough. Would have been nice to just sneak in there, give him a couple challenge bugles or a couple cow calls and have him stand up and come and look at what's making noise, but we're a couple weeks out from that, so. But. Oh, I don't know that I'm ready for the hike out of here. We are headed to the north end of the unit in kind of some lower country. See if there's any elk tracks, any sign down low. He's traveling so fast. He's a pretty decent bull. You know, he might be worth hunting in the morning to see if we can turn him back up. He'll be out. He should be out longer in the morning. Holy cow, Brandon. Way to the right, big deer. Those two on the right are definitely bigger deer. Sit down, you're being too noisy. We gotta be quiet. There's big bucks right there. Big buck. There's 290-inch deer feeding up this way, or there's a bull pushing cows feeding that way. It's kind of like you feel you can always turn up a bull, but you don't always turn up that big a deer. And to have a couple of them, you know, a group of 5, and I'd shoot 4 of the 5. So that's a tough dilemma. Found a bunch of new bulls this morning. Couldn't really see where they bedded down at. So we're gonna play it safe, wait for tonight, and then hopefully put a stock on one tonight. A little pressed for time. Was bedded down. I was behind that dead tree, so I ranged him 62, and I was trying to work my way left around that dead tree to draw and shoot, and he whirled and... Huh?
You didn't get anything.
Nothing. Yeah. So. Two bulls, probably pushing 380s. One's got a giant beam on it. The other one's just got a giant top end. Too bad we didn't find them till right before dark, or we'd be chasing these tonight. But I think we've got a pretty good couple candidates for tomorrow morning. We'd find bulls out feeding, and then where they chose to bed was just almost unhuntable. You know, we tried 2 or 3 times to get in and kill a bull. You know, at one point we were just trying to wrestle to get out of it, and it just created such a challenge to try and get an arrow in a bull. That was horrible. In all reality, had I had a shot, the furthest I could have shot would have been 10 or 15 feet. That's a rough style of hunting. I don't see any way through the oak. No, I almost say we go hunt those bulls that are huntable in the morning.
These are huntable, they're just not easy.
I guess I should say higher percentage of success on the lower bull. we came back to the low country. Just easier to hunt. Feel like there's a better percentage of being successful if we can find those bulls again down here. We think we know where they're watering. We're gonna walk over there this morning. My brother's up on the hill to the south. He can see pretty much everything, so he'll let us know if he finds anything or what he finds. And hopefully we can intercept them in between water and where they go to bed. So he's a pretty good buck, like a 164 point. So there's like 4 or 5 bucks right in there. Maybe they'll end up at the pond this afternoon. Oh, man. Pretty much all morning we were chasing deer. We bumped him twice. I didn't think we'd have another chance to get in. So we picked up our packs and we were pretty much just cruising back to the truck. You know, we picked up a shed antler on the way and we weren't really, real worried about getting back on the deer. And we came around this oak brush and I looked over to my right and I saw a little deer. I was like, well, shoot, that's a little buck, maybe we'll have a chance. And then about that same minute, that big deer came rolling around that oak brush, and they were about 170 yards out, 200 yards out. I'm pretty sure I hit it. We'll go double check. I hit him. We're gonna give him about 40 minutes just to be safe. I think that's the big deer from 2 or 3 nights ago. He's right there. He's right there. Hey. Oh my gosh, Lee. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Bye.
He says, quit messing with that shed horn and get after him. Boy.
What do you think?
Well, I thought you said he was a big one. You guys did some work this morning.
We blew that guy out twice before we got him killed.
Well, at least after 3 stalks. Yeah. Yeah, these guys just kept after him and didn't give him any chance to get away.
And to be able to harvest that deer is just, I'm still on cloud 9. It's nuts. So, I had my brother, my brother-in-law, my brother's boy were able to watch the entire hunt through a spotting scope up on the hill. And then to be able to have them all, come over when we recovered the deer. My dad was able to get up there, and just kind of reminisce and tell the story back to him on how it all unfolded, and to have a 4-year-old hold that big of a deer, I think he'll be hooked for life. No, I don't think that I wasted, any opportunity. I had the experience that I wanted. I got to hunt the mountain that I've always wanted, and I got to chase those bulls that the mountain's famous for. And ultimately, they won, and I don't regret one bit of it. My boy's, his name's Ransom Boyd. He's named after my grandpa. One day you're sitting there hoping for a son, and then the next day you're holding him in your arms. It's pretty special experience.
You taking that to us, Joey?
So I'm here at the Browning headquarters in Morgan, Utah, to see what goes on inside the office. There's been this talk within the hunting industry that custom guns are the only guns able to shoot long distance of 700 yards plus, the only things that can do it accurately. And we're here to find out if that's true.